In this video, I'm going to go over my solo mining results for Feathercoin. And continuing with this series of solo mining some bird coins, the next coin on the list was Feathercoin. And this one has been around for a really long time. I mined a bunch of this over the years. And so today we're going to be taking a look kind of at their website real quick, and then we're going to take a look at my solo mining results. So similar to the previous coins, I did 24 hours of hash rate solo on Feathercoin through Zergpool. And because this has been around for such a long time, it's actually really stable from a hash rate perspective. And one of the things with Feathercoin is when you're looking at their website, one thing you're going to notice is they mention right here that they were conceived as a coin that's lighter than light, right? Featherlight. That's how they came up with the name Feathercoin. And they aim to be a super fast block time, right? Being every 1 minute. And so you may think to yourself, well, that's really not that fast. Feathercoin came out in 2013. This was at a time where you had coins like Bitcoin with a 10-minute block time. So saying 1 minute block time is almost like talking about Solana or Caspa today. So it was very innovative at the time. There wasn't a whole lot of altcoins out there. And so they are one of the oldest altcoins in existence. I'm on their website. This isn't a snapshot site or anything. So they are still technically a project. They don't get talked about a whole lot just because there's not a lot of progress, I'll say, being made on that blockchain just because it's been around for so long. They don't find a need to make a lot of changes. And so one of the things I do want to show you is you don't see this a lot on project sites anymore, but they actually do have their community team listed here, including links to Twitter, but also links to their LinkedIn pages. You rarely see this. And so this is really cool, right? You can see that Peter Bush now was the founder and lead developer, and you can literally go directly to his LinkedIn page. Same thing with Oliver, David, and Ludovic. The only one who doesn't have links to socials is Wolfgang Bremer, which is okay. He's with R&D, perfectly fine. But this is really nice to see, right? Not only can you get them on Twitter, but you can actually see their LinkedIn profiles. And so that's kind of bridging that gap of, when you're a lot of people are in the crypto scene, they think, oh, it's privacy, it's secrecy. That's not always the case, right? Some of these projects have no problem. They're not going to show you their face, but obviously you get LinkedIn, you can see their profile, you can see their background, you can see things like that. And that's really nice to see. You can see they are using the Neoscrypt algorithm. Now, one thing I will say is in 2018, there was a proposed Neoscrypt ASIC. They had a marketing paper and everything about it, and it never came to fruition. So there is technically not any Neoscrypt ASIC. And there's also no FPGAs that I'm aware of that can mine Neoscrypt. I know for a personal fact, none of my FPGAs have a bitstream that supports Neoscrypt. That means it is GPU mineable, and there's pretty much only GPUs on it. And they do support Trezor, so there is a hardware wallet option. They also support LibBitcoin. LibBitcoin was a really big wallet back in the day, and it supports Bitcoin, Litecoin, Feathercoin. It supported a lot of coins. And then if you scroll down, they just have kind of links to their GitHub, their LibBitcoin server. And here you can see Feathercoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin is all into that server. They also have an Electrum Lite wallet. So if you don't want to run a full node, you can basically run a Lite wallet for that. And here, this bottom section is a little outdated. In fact, if you see the copyright's 2021, Dove Wallet has recently rebranded. And I believe that wallet is called BTX now. And Dove Wallet is the exchange that is owned by Mining Pool Hub. So let's jump over to mining pool stats. And we're going to go ahead and give this a refresh to make sure we have the latest information. And one of the things you're going to see here, Mining Pool Hub has 71% of the hash rate. The hash generally stays pretty stable. There were some spikes here. I think I was actually mining this over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, so one of those spikes is probably from me. However, it's relatively stable throughout time, right? Generally, their network stays at around a gigahash a second. If we hop on over to Mining Pool Hub, the reason Mining Pool Hub has been such the big exchange for the longest time is I'm actually over here logged into my account. And if you're not familiar with Mining Pool Hub, they were a mining pool. They've been around for a while. They're still in existence. They were real big when Ethereum was around. And essentially, what you can do is you can mine, and they will auto exchange for you in any currency that they support. Post Ethereum merge, they turned off all of their auto exchanging. So I was personally using this pool and mining ETH, and essentially every block that got found was pretty much immediately auto converted into whatever currency you want. And because they run their own exchange, you don't have to worry about tons of fees, things like that. There was this all-inclusive, basically a 0.3% fee to auto exchange to any coin you want, which is a super cheap fee to be able to mine, auto exchange, get paid out in whatever coin you wanted. Once the merge happened, they turned it off. I put out a video. They had reduced it down to a few coins, mainly like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, but they have since turned this thing completely off. So what I used to do is I used to mine Ethereum, get paid out in Dash. That would hit my wallet. Pretty much, you could set your threshold. So I had very frequent payments, maybe a payment a day. Their minimum withdrawals on here were super cheap. We're talking like 5 cents in Dash to do a withdrawal. And I would get those payments, and then I could do whatever I want with it. They did turn that off, and so what it used to look like is for each coin that you mined, you could choose to either auto swap it or hold it. So this was really cool in that you could literally point all of your miners to Mining Pool Hub. If you wanted to keep certain coins, you could do that. They even had a profit switching that was under this auto switches. And if we go back to the main page, here you can actually see what they did is they had separate port prefixes. So a port that started with 20 meant you were only mining that one coin. A port that started with 17 meant that it would switch coins within that algo. And ports that started with 12 would actually switch algos for you. So this could actually swap between ETC hash and ETH hash based on profitability. And they would do this so you could leverage that auto switching plus leverage the auto exchanging. So a lot of people that had Pascal cards for NVIDIA, so that would be things like the 10 series, 1030, 1050 Ti, the 1060s, the 1070s, the 1080s, they were really good with Neoscrypt. So you could easily throw your rigs on that, mine a bunch, and auto-convert to Ethereum, auto-convert to Bitcoin, whatever you wanted. And that was a big reason why Mining Pool Hub became so big, especially with Neoscrypt. Neoscrypt was really big back in 2018. So when we had that massive price appreciation in 2017, that short bull market, there was a lot of people that were mining Neoscrypt with those graphics cards. And all that hash rate kind of just stayed on Mining Pool Hub. Right? Those bigger farms, they just kept it there. They've since turned off those options to auto exchange. You can still mine the Mining Pool Hub, but you can only get paid out in Feathercoin or in whichever coin that you're mining. Mining Dutch is a similar one. Pro hashing is a similar one. Both of these, I'm a big fan of pro hashing. And essentially with these, you can mine, and they will auto-exchange to whatever coin you want. Same thing with Zerg Pool. So here you can see pretty much all the pools with hash rate. That's what they're doing, right? People are mining with cards that Neoscrypt was the best coin on, and are probably auto-exchanging. And what I did is I pointed my hash rate at Zerg Pool. So if we take a look at Zerg Pool, again, this is where I was solo mining, and I think it was on Saturday or Sunday. Oh, there it is. So on Sunday here you can see the hash rate was 21 mega hash, and it's now dipped to half a mega hash. That was essentially the hash rate that I had thrown at it for a 24-hour period. So let's go ahead and take a look at my results. And they're very small in that I only hit 5 blocks. And one of the things you're going to see here that is very telling is, so I was projected to hit like a block every hour or every 2 hours. I went over 9 hours. Technically, I went like 12 hours without hitting a block. And so I hit 5 blocks within that first 12 hours. Those next 12 hours, I didn't hit anything at all on Feathercoin. So what that looks like is 20 Feathercoin per block. So we ended up with 100 Feathercoin. And if we take a look at our luck, that first block we hit at 68%. The second block was at 210% luck. Then we hit one at 57% luck, one at 36% luck. So these were pretty good. Here you can see basically within an hour I hit 2 blocks there. And then that last block was 366%, and we never hit another block. So that averages out to about 147% luck. So we take those 100 Feathercoin that we got, top on over coin market cap. The current price, now a lot of things are down right now from the BTC dip, but the current price is about half a cent, a little bit over half a cent a coin. So if we take 100, plug that in, the USD equivalent for mining for 24 hours was 55 cents. Obviously not recommended to do this unless you want to hold Feathercoin. I did have 11 A2000s and 8 P106s on this. I didn't put any AMD cards on it because AMD in the Neoscrypt algorithm is a little bit tricky. SG Miner is kind of the only miner in HiveOS that supports Neoscrypt, and I just couldn't get it to work right on any of my AMD cards. So I just stuck with CC Miner, mining Feathercoin, and we ended up just on those 19 GPUs, and we ended up getting 55 cents. If we hop on over to CoinMarketCap again, and we take a look at the markets, what we're going to see is there's a lot of trading pairs on BTX Pro. So BTX Pro is what used to be Dove Wallet, and this is Mining Pool Hub's exchange. So you can certainly still mine, send it to that exchange, auto-convert it. Now this exchange is no longer allowed to be used within the United States. So I'm not sure what all regions it's available to, but it was restricted in the US last year. And then Bittrex has 2 trading pairs. They have one for BTC, one for Tether. And finally, FinXbox has one. I've never used FinXbox. Bittrex and Dove Wallet I've used through the Mining Pool Hub Auto Exchange. BTX Pro, which is Dove Wallet, I've also used in the past directly when it was allowed in the US. I was one of the first users of that. Whenever Mining Pool Hub announced that exchange was being created, I started using it. It was great for exchanging Digibyte. They had a lot of currencies that some other exchanges didn't support, and they were pretty much all mineable currencies. And with this being an older coin, the circulating supply is at 70%. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Right, the total supply of this coin is going to be 336 million.